welcome back. This is part 8. We're gonna get some of these quests done, advance the story a little bit. Should be good.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? My dad taught me French, you know? Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper.
You're not much of a drinker. Better start slow with the beer.
Oh, beer. I guess, yeah, I can do that. Beer can be good. I bet. Bottoms up.
Welcome to a favored pastime of the common masses, Ms. Holcomb. I myself don't imagine you'll care for the flavor.
Ah, this tastes like the underside of a boot. People drink that for fun? Oh, Captain. I'm pining for June like something fierce. What am I doing?
Going on a grand adventure across Halcyon?
You're funny. Yeah, I guess we're doing that, aren't we? Crewing together, seeing the stars. It's like something out of a serial. I like the ones with grand romances. And I think I'm flubbing mine. I don't know what to do about us. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all.
It could be you're overthinking it.
You know, that's a given, Captain. I can't not worry myself to bits about the things that matter to me.
No one sends terrible, vaguely sensual poetry to someone they don't like.
I don't know, I'd call it, sensual. That's a lot.
What'd she actually write in the message you haven't said?
It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her?
She might.
Thinking so makes me liable to lose my lunch, Captain. I never done this before. A relationship. How do I know if she cares the same way I do? I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve.
Alright, same as before?
Law, no. That beer tasted like how Dad's old socks smelled. Maybe something sweet and mild, like wine.
Wine it is.
Gosh, that smells pretty almost. Like flowers gone a little off. Down it goes. Hey, that's not so bad. Kind of almost nice, maybe. Oh, Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared.
About what?
Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me?
Don't stop there, you're on a roll.
Don't you tease me in my moment of weakness. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not?
then you go your separate ways.
What, just move on? Like, snapping your fingers? I don't know. Maybe I got a weak heart. It all just seems... impossible.
You won't know until you try.
Yeah, I know you're right. Just wish it were that easy, is all. I'm not used to speaking free with folks. Back in Edgewater, there wasn't no one who wanted to know my mind. Excepting my dad. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts.
We all do.
I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about.
So, are you going to ask her out?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should?
You're still unsure? Yes, just ask her.
All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna do it! Right when we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
Well, it's not like I could be elsewhere. Nor am I capable of neglecting a wayward lamb in need of guidance.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
No one saw me trip over that, right?
Oh wow, I actually don't have enough to open that door. I wonder what's back there.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch is also a heavy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
Hold it right there! What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Just don't complicate my job, okay?
Interesting. Close. Oh well. No, nothing.
I've seen you limping a bit. You alright, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicker. Don't worry. The captain and I will take care of you.
I need neither your advice nor your pity, young lady.
See what the sword does. Alright, let's see how we get in here.
Gosh, that's clever. Great work.
Oh, we didn't even get what we needed. The timer should have reset though, so I should be okay. Let's try it again. Let's try it one more time.
Great work. There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time.
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Sounds good. Let's go. Is there anything else I can do here? Yes. Speak to Gladys.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
While they're distracted.
Have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien bosses and the unemployed. Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, military discount, health benefits, military burial, participation medal, training, or weapons. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
Easy does it.
Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Poor old sweetie.
I got this!
Here they come!
Put him in the dirt!
Ah! Here I go!
That's the last of them.
Jack Weapons R&D Department. Science Weapons. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapons' damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased. Jock engineers ensure our bottom line and fire rates are sky high.
Gosh, ain't that handsome.
While rummaging through the back bays, I discovered a very old Hammersmith crate that seemed to have been sealed for a very long time. A bit of elbow grease and determination pried it open, but I couldn't make heads or tails of my discovery, a prototype hammer. I didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammers, but I've brought it to my lab for a closer look. How strangely it glows. The trail of its wake lingers even when my eyes are closed. Entry 2. I've spent more time on the hammer. Its internal workings are state-of-the-art. Thermal, electrical, and chemical systems all working in harmony. How is this even possible? The weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry and engineering, and many of its systems appear rigged against tampering. There's a curious energy signature swirling about the weapon, though I have yet to identify the source. The air tastes of copper, and I have lost several teeth. Entry 3. I have had the most sublime prismatic dream since I've invited the hammer into my bedchamber. Never mind that for now. Good news first. The energy signature matches Bloatit's elusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties to 4, shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now for the bad. In my attempts to neuter the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elemental modes. I must take greater care with future experiments. Entry 4. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkerings were all for naught. This is no prototype. I am simply too flawed to recognize its perfections. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol. It whispers to me that disorder rules all things, but with a little ambition we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony. And that is a lesson Halcyon is not ready to hear. So we got some crazy hammer. A large two-handed hammer with an oversized head, able to cycle through damage types depending on the wielder's skill and science. Power attacks with this weapon release a blast of energy hitting targets at a distance. Sweep attacks with this weapon deal multiple damage types at once. Well, that's pretty cool. Probably something that you should upgrade, but we'll do that later. Oh, would you look at that? Nice.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated, and unstoppable.
I don't know, Mr. Vicker. That seems like quite a leap.
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt the regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Crossbow Files was scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the lead of the game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims, a toss ball. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This is Halcyon.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Udon told me you have his official board seal. Can I buy it from you?
Depends. What are you planning to do with it?
Forge papers to go to Byzantium, obviously.
See the lights. Taking a show or two at the infamous Bijou. Could be a treat if you like that kind of thing. All right, I'll sell it to you. But it's gonna cost you dear.
Any ideas on how I can earn some money?
If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms here. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
No, say no more, I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outposts, corporate secrets, got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
What other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
I don't know, ma'am. She seemed pretty neat to me.
Well, aren't you sweet? And just her type, too.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Forget I said anything.
Interesting. Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key, and they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Any chance of a discount since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Thanks for your time.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
What now? You are encumbered from carrying too many items. You cannot sprint or fast travel while encumbered. Sell, drop, or break down items in your inventory to reduce your carry weight. Your carry weight is displayed in the top left of the ledger. Spacer's Choice commends you for putting company profits ahead of your spinal health.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising. For the following
Need something long range.
Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again?
So, about that offer from before.
Yes, dear. Which offer were you interested in?
Second thought, never mind.
Suit yourself. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Okay, so I need to switch my current quest because I haven't finished the objective. Let's just go back to the ship and see, after we finish those quests there, if anything else comes up. Alright, to the ship.
Rizzo's purple berry punch. You want a punch?
Hey, Mr. Vicker. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? For that ocean stink?
No, I do not.
That pad down You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation.
Of course you do.
I have acquired OSI prayer beads.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Acquired hoop. Okay. Messages for Zymoxy? From Esther Blaine, subject medicine. Zymoxy, this is just to let you know that I've given out the rest of that you-know-what to the you-know-whos. Sorry for the secrecy. You never really know who's reading these things. I appreciate you giving me the time of day. You risked your neck heading into that community center. I'm grateful. But I'd also appreciate if you never told another soul about our business. I like my job, and I should like to keep it. From Junlei to Parvati. Parvati, I don't do this, ever, so here goes. There's this engine, see, and it hums real nice, like a box of cats playing with mice. But she's coughing and hacking up sludge, 'cause there's a blockage that just won't budge. What's an engine to do? Then this wrencher strides in like a shark, hair all done up and fancy and dark. She feels a spasm in her compression alternator, trembling 'cause it's aching to meet her. What's an engine to do? I've got, 5 more stanzas mapped out, but I'm having trouble rhyming some of the parts, so I'll get back to you on that. JT. From Junlei to Parvati. About that talk we had. We were talking about old friends, you know, and I got to thinking about Isabel. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. We were a mess. A good mess, but a mess. I'm a better me than I was then. Wanted you to know. Even when I drink too much of the old family recipe. You're pretty sweet, Party T. Damn you. Insta spell check. Meet my wrench. Too tired. Just gonna put my head down for a little... That's all the messages from there. Viewing messages for user Hawthorne A. Please select from the following options. From Udom, Wingman's Bedford. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Udom. Archive messages. Dang. From Udom to Alex. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down on the Wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udom. From Udom to A. Hawthorne. Hello, hello. Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere message of one's friends. Best, Udom. From Udom to Alex Wingman Hawthorne. Checking in. Dear Alex, hello, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about that impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear, dreadfully unreliable. Just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wellis fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Your dear friend, Udom. From Udom to Alex. Subject of pleasure. Dear Alex, hello. Udom here. Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum's vodka. Perhaps we could try every color? You know, really tie one on. Let me know. Your new friend, Udom. Experimental note OI-695. Do not forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automechanical in Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say, a clean, mean, killing machine. Should be fun. AH. Experimental note OI-696. Removal of factory standard parts SUDS Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. But I do. AH. Experimental note OI-697. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper. I can, filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop, back to Emerald Vale. Willis wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. AH. Captain's Note SW001, Shrink Ray. Note to self, remember this later. No, better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada. Not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality, with my own two eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wellis' lab. Just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe? Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely? He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumor. More to be had. A.H. Captain's Note SW002, Hammer Power. The last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seemed like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardettes yammering about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardettes said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar, a strange weapon with a special power created by crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of those weapons that inspired Wellis. A.H. Captain's Note SW003, Black Market Leads. Why won't Wellis just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of Labyrinth, on Tartarus and back. Let the record show. I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times. But architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of a colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wellis forgets or he thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to other of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check the black market merchants on Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. A.H. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number etched on the chassis includes the letters SAM.
You don't think that's a problem? Whole ship's running on a computer's fancy. That'll make you nervous, Preacher?
No, Felix. The concept of a ship computer does not make me nervous. Are you scared of Ada?
I ain't scared of Ada.
Good. I'm glad we cleared that up.
It's just, she's a computer, Max. What happens when her equations tell her to cut off her oxygen? Or blast us all into space?
Felix, Ada is not sentient. She can't act out of a sense of malice. Where do you get these ideas?
I was watching True Stories of Mechanical Murderers last night.
One of these days, I'm going to make you read an actual book.
Something on your mind?
If we're gonna work together, I'd like to know more about you.
I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook.
What's a zero-G cocktail?
It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not.
Inventive. I like it.
I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more until you do.
Do you have much experience contracting out with other captains?
Sure do. Some of it was even legal.
You weren't joking about being a pirate.
What gave it away? It's the hair, right? Or maybe the ammo belt? I had it custom made.
Wait, you want to look like a pirate?
Gotta advertise your business somehow. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way.
That sounds reasonable.
Glad to hear it. It's worked for me this long.
I was hoping to know something more personal about you.
Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you. That about covers it.
Where are you from? How'd you get into this line of work?
Aw, come on. That stuff's boring.
You're deflecting.
Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance.
Let's get back to business.
No complaints here.
Never mind, let's go. It's distressed. Bullet-riddled leather jacket. That's funny. Trauma kit. Scissors for gauze, scalpels for wounds, and handheld laser wands for flawless complexion. Mysterious bottle of hooch for disinfecting equipment, probably. Alright, let's ask Ada about Sam.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I picked up this distress call. Can you play it back for me?
Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw.
Talk to you later, Ada.
Goodbye.
Alright. I think that's pretty good for this video. Go ahead and answer that distress call and do some other quests in the next one. Until then,